Yesterday we had a really charged chat, but it's been taken to another level. I want you to listen to this point of view because, gentlemen, it touches on each and every one of you. We're talking about those men who do not take care of their children, and they say it's the mother who doesn't want them to see them, and so they poison the kids against the fathers. There's someone who's going to remain anonymous who said, I've got a question, Minor. Have you ever asked these single mothers, calling men deadbeat dads, if the man ever agreed to her having the baby?
Very good question.
Let me ask the question again. Have you ever asked these single mothers who are calling men deadbeat dads if the men ever agreed to her having the baby? Wow. Hey. Wow.
Do you know wanaume wakaulizwa kuna sote tungekuwa bachelors bado.
So men never ever want to have these babies. Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that because that sounds very bad. The women never have a conversation with you about the baby.
Most men, 90% waliambiwa we need to talk. Na kuna kitu mbaya kama mkuulizwa you need to talk na uko na gari unaweza pata accident. Huh? Most men had no idea. La jump start you hapa kama generator list engine. Unaanza maisha.
So ladies, you never have a conversation with this man?
Huh?
Good morning to you, PMK. I hope you're well this morning. Carol Kenodia, hello, my darling. I hope you're good. Let's talk about you in conversations with these men. Because yesterday you said these men are deadbeats. They never take care of these children. Turns out, and I was asked, let me just repeat that question. Have you ever asked these single mothers calling men deadbeat dads if the men ever agreed to her having the baby?
Very good question. We need to talk.
So hold on. So there was no conversation. So what happened?
Unaambia go, we need to talk.
Gentlemen, did you ever intend to have the babies you have? Did you ever have a conversation with a woman about these children?
Hata kusikia ule alikuwa tayari uko ready mpaka museme next year mwezi wa 3 ndio tutaanza. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Unajipataga uliingia na ulianza safari ya maisha.
But even you, let me ask you, when you were going there, what did you think would come out? A flat screen TV? No, let me just ask you, because to me that's a very tired argument. Ulikuwa unafikiri mtapata nini? Pesa. No, seriously, gentlemen. So I want to know if there was ever a conversation. I want you to give me a call on 0711046105 because this is what a question. Kiongozi, you're calling it $1 million question. Ask these single mothers calling men deadbeat dads if the men ever agreed to have that baby they have.
Some of these ladies naona jamaa hata ako married wanakuweka tena hapo.
So you think you don't have any responsibility? You people hata mnajua kujifichilia vitu. 0711046105 is my number. Give me a call or hit me up an X at Classic 105 Kenya or at It's My Neck Again. Hashtag is My Neck Kingangi. Ladies, did you have a convo with this man before you decided to have a baby?
Nafataga tu you are trapped. Once, twice, thrice.
Look at them acting like the victim. Maybe give me a call. Let's have an honest conversation today about this response to yesterday's conversation. Let me just go back to it. This man is just coughing here. You're gonna ukizeka. I don't know what you'll sound like. Here's a question I was told to ask the ladies. Maina, have you ever asked these single mothers calling men deadbeat dads if the men ever agreed to having that baby? Wow. Martin Wajogo, good morning. Saying, Ati Deadbeat, it's ironic how these women can act. My sisters, you cannot have your cake and eat it. Why didn't it work? Must you always involve us in your problems? Once you decided to leave, you know perfectly well you cannot survive on your own. Pambana na hali yako. Jennifer Kanyeri, good morning, saying, those men complaining of not being consulted on having a baby, why didn't they use protection to avoid having a good time? Anjing is saying you should be responsible for your actions. If you didn't want babies, abstain. Family planning backfires as well. Philip Madeka Wamboni saying it's always an agreement between the two parties. As long as it's not a race case, why is the man guilty alone? June Wonder, we saying, make me understand why you'd plant and not harvest. That's a very good question, June. Very good question. Mystery, good morning, saying the women that keep having babies with deadbeats are no better than the deadbeats themselves. Wow. Hey, was there a conversation? That's my question this morning. Hello.
Good morning to you, Maina. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
My name is Marsh.
Yes.
And I am calling you about the discussion you're having today. So, 2 years ago, I met this lady, you know? Maina, I am 22 years old and I am a student, right?
Yeah.
And when I met this lady, we met in one of these bashes here and there. And, you know, we went, had some few tests. And it was very clear with her. I told her I'm a student. I am not working. I have no source of income. So I do not want to have any string attachment. I do not want to have any kids. And we had that kind of conversation, and we agreed to, you know, we were having it raw because we had better options of contraceptives, you know?
Yeah.
And then we had been having a thing for quite a while, and everything was going on okay until a time, almost 6 months after meetup, I felt like, you know, we were having some emotional connections, and since that wasn't in part of the agenda, I was like, you know what, this should stop, you know?
Yeah.
Maina, tell me why 4 months later, I discovered this lady is pregnant without my consent. And remember, I had told her we are not having kids, leave alone even kids. We are not having string attachments because I am a student. I am not working.
So let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Why were you going in there unprotected?
But we already had other options of contraceptives. She was already having other means other than using condoms. There was already other means that we could use instead of the condoms.
So you think she tricked you into her getting pregnant?
Yeah, that is a fact. I'm not thinking so because it is a fact. Because when you have consented somebody, when you have told them, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
You know, she's very much aware I do not want kids because I am not in a position to raise any. I mean, to be honest with you, look at it from this side. I am not working. I'm depending on my mother to even pay the gas that I'm using to cook in my house. You get?
Yeah.
So what kind of misogyny could it be that she would think having a kid would be a better option for me, considering the fact that I'm not working, she is not working? How was she even trying to figure out that? And then you see now 2 years later, now she's all over telling everybody, you know, look at this young man, he's all good, all that, but he doesn't even want to give a fuck about a kid. And I'm like, what do you want me to do?
So what are you going to do? Has she given birth?
She has. I mean, the baby is almost 2 years old as we talk.
So now you're 24?
No, now I'm 22.
You're 22?
Yes.
And your baby is 2?
And the baby is almost 2.
Hey.
Now, Nakazi.
And you know what the problem is? She's not a type of a woman I would want to have a kid with, let alone even being my wife. She's not the type of a girl I would want to have a kid with because, you know, Maina, when you meet a woman, your instincts tell you. You know, as men, when you know, people be saying, I want to meet a lady and be with her 2 years so I can know. No, when I meet you the first one day, the first 1 week, I can even say, there's a future, there's no future, I can do this, I cannot do this. She's not that kind of a person.
So you were just there for the good time, not a long time.
I was there, and I made that clear. The problem is someone makes it clear to you, and then you mess it up because you know, ladies feel like the best way you can keep a man is having a kid with them. But then you forget that this man has a life, and you can never keep a man with a kid. If they want you, they want you.
So what are you doing now about the baby? Are you contributing to its upkeep?
Hey, my mom gives me 15,000 a month for upkeep. The last time I tried to have a conversation about it, she said, if you can't give me 30,000 a month, then you might as well be dead to this kid.
So does your mother know you've got a baby out there?
I never really came out to her to tell her the entire story, but I just tried to hint it, and I realized she wasn't buying the story, so I decided not to keep it really out there for her.
Wow. Okay, listen, I wish you the best, and I hope you have a relationship with that child one day.
Yeah, and please tell these ladies, make it clear to them that, when you meet a man who is there for the good time, keep it good time. There's no point of you bringing a child into this world who is going to be in suckers just because you were too great, just because you were so jealous and you wanted to keep a man who didn't love you for the first time.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hey. Ladies, umesikia hiyo? Today after our morning conversation, I got a reply from a gentleman asking me, question minor, have you ever asked these single mothers calling men deadbeat dads if the men ever agreed to her having the baby? As for the previous caller, my God, he had a baby at 20. So how old was the lady? James Kamau Jenga, you asked that question. I should have asked him that question. Aki, if you're the one who called in, please DM me on X and tell me how old that lady was. Hey. Mfalme Mkuu, good morning, saying, to be honest, majority of these pregnancies happen because of relying on the withdrawal method. Let me tell you, pull-out games are weak, got there. Hey. Philip Madeke saying, it's high time we all agree it's a collective affair. No party should be blamed single-handedly. Governor Kaui is saying men should understand that there are women to have fun with and women to be the mother of your children. Don't, from day one, a man can identify a woman for fun and a woman to keep. Men are gatekeepers for marriage and relationships. Wow. Wow. Eric Derry, good morning, saying, be it as it may be, everyone can be a father, but not everyone can be a dad. The faster women learn that, the faster they'll be emotionally prepared for what they get into. Wow. Hey, hello.
Hello, Maina.
Morning.
Morning, my dear.
Yes, my darling.
Ambia Tingani azima hiyo kitu. There's no discussion there.
Mwalimu, there's no discussion. You hear her?
There's no discussion. This is a two-way discussion. Hata hapa ikuweka kama ni wamama wanafaa wakuwe ati we are to start the discussion. No, ukifanya hiyo mambo, kwa nini hakuba karatasi?
Ehe.
Ndio mtoto aende, angebaki na mtoto wake kama hataki aingie.
Very good question.
Yes. Usiache tu wamama wanafaa to have that conversation. Mimi nataka kubeba mtoto, hata yeye aliingia bure. Angevaa kitu mtoto angeingia.
By the way, if he was dressed for the occasion, hamngekuwa na mtoto.
Tungekuwa na mtoto angevaa karatasi. Sasa alitaka kuingia tuputupu, tufanye aje? That is the consequences.
Those are consequences of their actions.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Asante. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Kinani, I really want to talk about that guy who's just spoken.
Yeah, karibu sana.
Unajua, I'm just, I don't even know what to how to put it, but you know, kizungu mingi haitamsaidia because even when they were getting into that relationship, like someone says, like pose, utaweka positive na negative you expect. Either shock ama upate it goes live. So when you are getting into that relationship, for sure you knew what the result would be.
Yeah.
So then he didn't have the money. He needs to look for it. On TV the other day I was seeing a young man, 19 years, taking care of a baby. Wacha kutafuta excuses. When you get into this relationship, there are consequences. Let them take. Kama then hakukuwa na he didn't have a job depending on the parents, then he should have behaved. Kuna protection, there are condoms. What are they kutuambia pa crap?
Okay.
Let him take care of the kid. Ni mbegu yake, ni damu yake. King'ani unamsikia?
Umesema kizungu mingi haitamsaidia?
Haitamsaidia, ni atafute pesa aende afanye mjengo abebe. Hiyo kizungu mingi kama ni mingi imsaidia, katafute mjengo, atafutie mtoto chakula.
Bas, kuna excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying if a father has got to go to family court just to see his children, parental alienation has already begun. It's my current situation, and all because some bitter woman decided it all. Oh, I'd love to hear your story. Do you have conversations with the man before you decide you want a baby? Because they're really complaining that you just tour them one day. Have the final word. Hello.
Hello, Maina.
Hi,
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, myself, I regret.
You regret what?
I regret why I gave birth to that boy. Because this man had told me he doesn't want the baby. He said he doesn't want the baby.
So what did you do?
I was around 26 years. So I decided, let me just give birth to this baby. Because I was planning to go out of the country.
Yeah.
So I decided, let me just get the baby.
Yeah.
Because once I'm out of Kenya, maybe I will never give birth again.
Yeah.
The man has never seen the kid since I think he saw the kid only once.
And how old is the baby now?
He's 13 years old.
Hey.
So I really feel bad about that story. When I see that kid, I remember the dad, and it's not a good feeling. I feel bad for the kid. I've raised the kid very well, but he has lived with the grandmother for a very long time. Because I moved out after he was 2 years. I went out of the country, and after some few years, I came back. I started my own business.
Yeah.
But I I regret, like I feel bad. And I don't tell anyone about it. I feel bad about it. I wish I never even gave birth. Because the dad, actually, when about 2 years ago, he asked where is the father. I traced the guy is doing well. He works for the government.
Yeah.
And I looked for him. I told him, look, we're not asking for anything from you. The kid wants to talk to you. Only that. Because this peer pressure from school, these kids, and that name is my name. So the kid is like, why am I having my mom's name, not my dad's name?
So when you told the man the child wants to talk to you, what did he say?
He said he will call, and he never called.
So where is the boy now? Are you living together with the boy, or is he still with your mother?
Yes, I'm living with the boy.
Wow.
But I really feel bad. I feel bad. I lost a lot of chances with people who are serious, and I really feel I've never even gotten married.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you love the baby, right?
So, yeah, I love the baby. I take good care of him. He goes to the best school, and he has a nice life. Only that gap, I really feel bad about it. But what can I do? It's life. It's
okay.
life.
All right, thanks for sharing your story with me, eh?
Thank you.
Asante. Hey.
Yeah.
Guy. Hatea.